For this next award, it's only proper that I hold a glass of wine in my hand. Do you know why we clink our wine glasses together? Did somebody ask why, or do you know why? You don't, okay. That too. So there's many theories, right? Couple of theories from the Middle Ages, time of chaos and mistrust, where they would actually split the wine between two cups, and they will clink the glasses so that one drinker trusts and knows that the other drinker isn't poisoning him. The second reason, or a second theory, is that when glasses clink together, make a noise to scare away demons, similar to what we do when we knock on wood, or when we're welcoming the new year, we're shouting in welcoming the new year. So all of these are all theories that go back to Britain and the Western world. My favorite theory of all is the one that engages the senses. We touch the glass, we touch the wine, we inspect it with our eyes, admiring its color. I look for legs or tears, as the French call it, as they streak down the glass. We smell it, breathe in through our nose, anticipating its flavor, and we taste it. So we just engaged the four senses: color, aroma, body, and taste. So we clink to fulfill the fifth sense. Cheers. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, the Daou family is in the house. Mr. George Daou and Mr. Daniel Daou, whose wine we've been enjoying tonight, are tonight's and this year's recipients of the Distinguished Lifetime Achievement Award. A very well-deserved award indeed. Please direct your attention to the video screen for the history of the wine we've been enjoying, and you will hear more about their journey after the video.
More and more, as I travel around, I hear, "You're with Daou? I love Daou." So clearly, we have been able to create something special. The consumer trust in our brand is growing with every passing day. It has been a pretty incredible journey so far. And each time I think about this, it takes me back to the day when George and Daniel acquired Daou Mountain. At that time, this was a beautiful site with no water and no power. And today, we have a brand.
Standing on top of Daou Mountain today, looking over the vast rolling hills, the mountain ranges, and seeing all the way to the Pacific Ocean, looking over to the vineyard that looks as if it's been carved out of this mountain by God's hands himself, and looking at the ratings of these wines and the joy and connection that these wines bring to all of us, it all seems very clear now. Paso was meant to be a cab region, but let me just tell you that 15 short years ago, when these two brilliant visionary brothers, George and Daniel Daou, stood here on this mountain, there was nothing except two men, courage, tenacity, vision, to stand there and put a proverbial stake in the ground and say, we are going to make world-class Cabernet and Bordeaux varietals from the Adelaide district of Paso Robles. It wasn't clear at all, but they could see clear as day that not only was Paso meant to be a Cabernet region, but that the world needed Daou family estates to bring that beautiful and connection and joy through the lens of wine.
Sheer determination, a focus on a can-do, anything is possible attitude, focus on people, and kindness and respect and love had a profound effect on the business. Daou is different because we focus on purpose. We're about perseverance, celebration, love, compassion, and people. And we'll continue to grow the business, and it'll always be through a lens of love. That's what we've learned from George and Daniel and their entire family.
These same principles define our culture and allow us to market, innovate, and grow our brand. George and Daniel are simply brilliant people. They leave nothing to chance, they obsess about every detail, and they for sure do not take no for an answer. We have all witnessed this many times over. And this sort of passion has allowed us to be where we are today as a company. From a passion project to a global icon that creates quality and approachable luxury. I know that I speak on behalf of the entire company when I say, George and Daniel, we love you. Continue to do what you do best, and that is inspire others to be their best. We love you, we appreciate you, never change.
Our Distinguished Lifetime Achievement Award is for this year, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Daniel Daou and Mr. George Daou. And the picture, let's do it to the left of the podium quickly.
Here's one for you, and here's one. Congratulations. We're so proud of you, and we wish you all the best.
You want to get in the picture? Yes, Danny, let me get the photograph. Yes, please. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to hear you say anything you want.
This is quite an emotional night. I'm sure the videos you've seen have touched you as much as they've touched me. I wanted to bring a little levity to this somber moment, and I'll try. I'm not promising you to be successful. Here's a little anecdote for you. I was born on February 22nd, 1961, which is George Washington's birthday. My brother was born on February 12th, 1965. That's Abraham Lincoln's birthday. It's sort of weird that we're getting an award in Washington, D.C., where these two gentlemen hundreds of years ago were here before us. It's only fitting. As I said, I was born in 1961. If I can tell my whole life story in 2 minutes, I definitely deserve this award. But I'll try to summarize a few things about us that you may or may not know. Both Danny and I are the sons of Joseph and Marie Daou. My mom and dad met in Lebanon. They got married, they had their firstborn on December 25th. 9 years later, he passed away. He's now an angel. He's probably here floating, looking at this. We had an idyllic childhood. We lived, in my opinion, in the best times of Lebanon, in the 60s and the 70s. On May 3rd, 1973, I went to bed as a boy, 12 years old. I woke up as a man because we had our first rocket in Lebanon land at our house. I was critically injured. I was in a coma for 48 hours. My sister was 16, sat next to me, and they told her, if you see this barometer drop, your brother's dying. Our family was first casualty of the war. In retrospect, this was a gift for us. And I'll tell you why I think it was a gift for us. We shortly thereafter went to Paris. We grew up in Paris. We were French educated, so it was easy. We spent the summers in Cannes. And at the age of 19, I decided to leave and come to the USA for the American dream. I went to San Francisco with the goal of going to Stanford. Ended up through Berkeley to go to UC San Diego. 3 years after, my brother followed me. We both got engineering degrees. And then when we graduated, our parents told us they could no longer support us. We said to them, listen, this is an amazing country. If you come here with whatever you've got, we'll build it again. I was 24, Danny was 20. They came with 100 grand. We started a company with 50 grand. 7 years later, we took it public. It was the 4th best IPO on Wall Street. No achievement is without many people. I'm very honored with Danny to have a Lifetime Achievement Award. But I'll take this award for all my friends who have traveled far to come here. I take this award for my parents who've raised 2 great kids. I take this award for my brother, my best friend, who stood by me since we were kids. And I take this award for the beautiful ladies, Melissa and Sarah, in our life. So this is really for them that we accept this award. I've been through life kicking, screaming, smiling, laughing, crying. And I've had all the emotions in the world. I love this country, I love my family, and I love Lebanon. When I came here, I had a soul full of hope. And I gotta tell you, I'm proud to say I'm living the American dream. You can take the boy out of Lebanon, but you can never take Lebanon out of the boy. In all these years, I've learned a few things that I'd like to share with you. You've heard this expression before. If it's in the way, it is the way. Most of us, when we encounter obstacles, we try to avoid them. We try to move away from them. We try to change jobs, change partners, change whatever. It doesn't work. What works is dealing with the problem and coming across the other side a better person. In my whole life, I never tried to change the world. I just tried to change myself, to adapt to the world. I believe that life begins outside your comfort zone. And ever since we had that bomb, going back to what I told you earlier, we understand adversity as a friend. And now enough about me. We'll talk about Danny in a second. Lebanon's going through this right now. Lebanon has a huge thing in the way of peace, of dignity, of respect, of hope, of prosperity. I believe Lebanon is going to come out better. And I believe we can help it get better. We've spent our whole life trying to build a new life. But I will be honest with you, the shimmer of light of Lebanon has remained in my heart. And this year, I was born in 1961. I turned 61 on 2/22/22. This is the year where Danny and I are looking to Lebanon, looking at the future, and in quoting a few other people that say they've done enough, they have enough, and they are enough, we're ready to now open up a new page to join all of you in helping this country that we still call Lebanon, that we love. I will finish quickly with this. A quick clip about Daou. We started Daou with nothing. It was dirt, no water, no electricity, no brand, no wine, no vines, no building, no Google address. 10 years later, because of this gentleman standing next to me, my brother. We created an unbelievable brand. Today, there are thousands of brands in this business. In a matter of 10 years, today Daou is the #1 best-selling brand over $20 in the entire United States. We have over 100,000 points of distribution. We're in 53 countries, and we can never make enough wine. And all of this is because my brother, who's sitting quiet for now, is a genius. He's made incredible wine. He left his family in San Diego with his family, lived in a double wide because he was possessed to make Lebanon proud. And the fact that Lebanon bore us, Lebanon made us, we wanted to show the world that Lebanese people can also win in the winery space. And we have. And thanks to Danny and his wines and the ones you're drinking tonight, we've been able to accomplish that. Thanks for listening. My heart is full tonight, and I'm extremely grateful and honored that the Renee Mouawad Foundation chose us for the Lifetime Achievement Award. And I'll be remiss to say, Michelle Mouawad, I love you. I don't know if you're listening to this. I pray for you, and I believe you are the change agent we need for the future hope of Lebanon.
Now you all see why I have the best brother in the world. He gave all the perfect speech. There's not much more I can add to it, but I will add a few things. You know, people often have a hard time relating to our identity. I mean, after all, we're born in Lebanon, grew up in France, but then immigrated to the United States. You know, a lot of you are immigrants. We had the fortune or misfortune to immigrate twice. And often people will ask us, what are you exactly? And we say, you know, it's very simple. France taught us the discipline. America gave us the opportunity. But Lebanon gave us the heart and the courage. And it is that heart that caused us to, 15 years ago, stand on a bare mountain, out of all places, Paso Robles. I have to tell you this funny story about Paso Robles. My parents were still alive back then. My mom, being from the north, she would look at me and say, "Where are you going, to Robles?" There was a hole in the wall. It was not known. But we stood on this mountain and basically said, we're going to make a Cabernet Sauvignon, and we're going to make Bordeaux varieties that challenge the wine industry all over the world. And people thought we were just crazy. They only missed one point, that we're Lebanese. And being crazy is part of our DNA. If you cannot be crazy, you can't be Lebanese. We're very honored to be here tonight. This award means so much to my brother and I, and to our whole family, because we know it comes with a full heart. And we pray for Lebanon every day. We know that God will not abandon Lebanon, and we know we won't either, as all of you will not either. So thank you for this award. It means so much for us. Thank you.